Hey, Samuel Seeley's here, and I'm going to show you what these WHHB humbuckers can do from Wilkinson. So let's see what they're about. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got here. First and foremost, we've got this sort of retro feel, this open look to them. But both pickups are using 2.5 Alnico magnets. On the front pickup here, I've got a 7K output, and on the back pickup here, I've got a 14K output. It won't be mismatched, as you will hear when we do the sound demo. But for me, the 14K just compresses the bottom end and gives a bit more grunt to it, as you could imagine with more output. But with the front, it cleans it up. So if you want to roll the tone off for your jazz stuff, you've got a lot more clarity to the tone there with that little less output. Also, when you put it to the middle, what usually happens if you've got matched pickups, you will only get a 7K output because each pickup will half as they're on. But with this being 14K and this being 7K, you're looking at more of a 10K output. Now this Les Paul is Jerry Leonard's, who used to play for David Bowie, who does a lot of ambient stuff. So with the 10K, the reason we put it in, you get much more of a harmonic sweep with both pickups on. More of a classic sort of Les Paul sound, as Mary Ford would probably tell you. Anyway, more of me talking, I don't think you want. Let's go and see what they actually sound like. So as you can see, here we are. I'm going to go through all the gear that I'm using to make the sounds. I'm going through first the Boss GT1000, which I'm using as a kind of amp simulation. I've got it on a JC, Jazz Chorus 120 amp. But before that, it has an effects loop where I put these Simvatech pedals. I've got a honey jar overdrive and an N5 distortion. After the amp mod, I've got room for these modulation pedals, and I'm going to be using a Simvatech Space Station as a little touch of reverb, and also in one of the tones I'll be turning the reverb delay on. After that, I go into the quad capture interface, into Logic, and then to the 2-note wall of sound where I'm using two Blackstar Jared James Nichols 2B12 to simulate a cab. So that's how we've made the sound. So let's hear, funnily enough, the sound of the pickups. So on the back pickup, as I said, at 14K on clean, it's nice and crisp. No, clear, with that Les Paul snap to it. You know, everything you'd want from a Les Paul. Put it to the front, you've got that hollow sort of bluesy-esque tone. But as you can see, because we've gone down to the 7K, your bottom end's not too boomy, and the best way I can show that is I roll the tone back to get that jazz. And as you see, I've not altered anything on my board, I've not taken anything apart from roll the tone back. Because it's at the 7K, I'm getting that clear sort of feel. And the sustain from that 7K is under your fingertips. Rolling this back up and moving to the mid position, as I said, it is now at 10K because I've got both pickups on. You've got a classic, you know, Les Paul type sound. When I say classic Les Paul, I mean the man. You know, you get the again, it's all under your fingertips because of the way the pickups are balanced. If I change something slightly though, as we've said before, this is Jerry Leonard's Les Paul, so for the ambient sound I'm going to add in the reverb delay and also this soul echo. You get much more harmonic ring, as you can hear. sustain and those harmonic rings, because we've got both pickups coming on, is cutting through just really nicely. Taking the delays off and just sticking the reverb back on, I'm going to go to this back pickup here, put a tube overdrive on, very similar to your TS, but it's the Honey Jar by Cinvatec, and you've got that pearly gate sort of sound straight away because of the 14K. It's biting, it's raspy, but the bottom end's still there, compressed in and pushing through. The mids in that 14K are so clear, you won't believe it. Moving it to the front pickup here, back to the 7K. What more would you want? To the mid, you're a king all the way. Again, not made any extra special changes to here. I've just been using the tonality from these pickups and maybe a bit of overdrive. Now, I did a little bit of a survey on my Facebook, and again, if you want to comment down below, please do, and I'll answer them. Or please, at the end of this, subscribe. We all need subscribers, folks. I did a little survey on the Facebook, come and find me there as well. And I found that one of the Les Paul players that you all fancied and wanted to look at was John Sykes. Now, that is a true grasping metal sort of sound for me. Now, if I turn this M5 on, which again, I've set all the EQs like I have on the GT1000 at noon, so there's nothing added, nothing taken away. Add this. All I've done is put that distortion on and it does it. It's there. Again, front pickup distorted. You can hear how the notes are clear. You can hear how they're cutting through due to the 7K, to the 14K. So, you've seen a couple of tones. You've seen what they can do. So please do get in touch. Say, please leave those comments. Subscribe. I've been Samuel C. Lees, and I'll see you later.